Hello, I'm Douglas Gardner, and you're watching Enjoying the Great State of Happiness. Today we're talking about how still balls can save your marriage.
Welcome to Enjoying the Great State of Happiness. Join us on our journey as we explore happiness from 5 basic categories, which include social and relationship happiness, physical and dietary happiness, financial and preparedness happiness, mental and emotional happiness, and spiritual and religious happiness. Please like and share this video to help others like you find our great videos. Also, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be one of the first people to watch each new episode. Thank you for joining us on our quest for happiness.
Welcome back. I'm Douglas Gardner, a certified specialist in divorce and family law, but also the author of the book Amazing Intentions. I've had several questions about the cover art, including the still balls in the top of the page here. And I want to answer that question. What do marital still balls, or what do these still balls have to do with relationships and marriages? As a kid, you may have played with this toy called a Newtonian Cradle, where you bounce the balls back and forth. One of the things I loved about this is that you could lift up one ball and it would bounce one ball out the other side and back and forth, or two balls and it bounce off two balls. And as a kid, I quickly learned Newtonian physics, that something in action will remain in action unless it's met with an equal or opposite reaction. So one ball would bounce out, another ball would bounce out the other side until it would come back. And I loved watching this, but one of the things that always made me sad is that over time it would slow down and stop. And as I learned more about physics, I realized that the only way to keep it bouncing forever, well, there are two ways. One, you put it in a vacuum where the gravity and air pressure the air particles won't slow it down. Or the other way is, from time to time, you have to just give it another nudge and keep it going forward. Our marriages are a lot like this. If we don't continue to give them that nudge and keep them moving forward, we're not in a vacuum. The honeymoon is over for most of us, and eventually our marriage will slow down and our relationship will circle the toilet. Let's talk about how to avoid that and why it happens. In my book, Amazing Intentions, I talk about how we tend to judge ourselves by our intentions, but we judge other people by their actions. One of the things that comes from this is that there's an exchange rate that loses over time. In other words, when we do something, we may have amazing intentions that we judge ourselves to be giving 100%, but then our spouse sees what we're doing and looks at our actions and says, well, yeah, they're only giving 99%. Our spouse, in turn, may then say, well, since they're only giving 99%, I'm only going to give 99%. That's fair. And as they then give 99% based on their amazing intentions, we judge that as them only giving 98%. This then continues. Well, we rationalize they're only giving 98%, so we're only going to give 98%. So we intend to give 98%. Our spouse views that as us only giving 97%, and then they then return 97% based on their intentions, which we interpret as only 96%. And we begin this downward spiral as we lose control of our relationship. And soon, each of us are given 75% or 50% or whatever else, and both of us in the marriage think that we're doing as much as the other person, but because this exchange rate between our amazing intentions and what the other spouse is viewing as our actions, our relationship is declining. Now, there are a few marriages that are destroyed in an instant by one horrifyingly selfish action. This could be infidelity or murder or domestic violence or something horrifying. There are those marriages that are destroyed in an instant. But the majority of marriages are destroyed slowly over time based on this circling down the drain that we've just talked about. So what then is the solution to avoid having our marriage circle the drain and go on this downward spiral out of control? Well, part of it is we do need to continue to give our marriage a nudge from time to time. This would include setting aside specific time to work on a relationship, going to movies or doing other dating activities with our spouse. This would also include having heartfelt discussions and continuing to have open dialogue with our spouse. This would include building long-lasting family memories. These are the nudges that our relationships need, and if we just ignore our relationships over time, they are going to lose speed and stop. And in addition to the nudge that our relationships need, we also need to help get rid of, as best we can, this discrepancy between what we view as our amazing intentions and our spouse's view of our actions. We can't really control our spouse. Principle number one, we can only control ourselves. And so we need to help our relationship by learning that our spouse's intentions may be much more amazing than their actions can be interpreted as, or what we see as their actions. In other words, we should not assume the worst from our spouse. We should not assume that because they're doing something we don't like, that they're doing that intentionally to make us angry, or that they're doing that intentionally to tick us off. In short, we should assume that when our spouse does something, that they love us. They put up with us while they were dating us. They've put up with us being married to them for years. They've put up with all that we do wrong. They've put up with a lot. We need to make sure we're giving them the benefit of the doubt. And we need to make sure that when they do something, that we are assuming that they are trying to do something good for us, and that we're giving them the benefit of their amazing intention. If we always assume that our spouse had horrifying intentions, if we always assume that our spouse did it on purpose or is out to get us, if we're acting childish and always assuming the worst, we're going to have a self-fulfilling prophecy in which our spouse will quickly tire of us always assuming that they were out to get us or doing the worst. This will speed up the decline of the relationship if we're not careful. If you haven't already done so, please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel. Share this with your significant other. Bring them in and watch this with them so that the two of you together can analyze and discuss your relationship. And you can discuss the discrepancy between one spouse's amazing intentions and the other spouse's interpretation of those actions. These types of discussions will help strengthen your marriage. Share this video also with all your friends and family so that I, as a divorce attorney, can focus on having more time to make more videos rather than handling everybody's nasty divorces. Thank you.
Author and family law specialist Douglas Gardner.
So Douglas?
Certified family law specialist Douglas C. Gardner. There he is.
Hi, Douglas Gardner from the Davis Miles Law Firm.